I see, especially with housekeeping, it seems like a nightmare from hell to manage hotels. Yet, almost every single uber successful person that you see is in hospitality. They love buying these restaurants, they love buying these hotels. And I don't get it when I'm looking at multifamily and I'm looking at stuff like this. And I'm even looking at a big old flat triple net lease industrial warehouse that an Amazon or someone books out. Why? Hospitality, because I've seen the housekeepers. I used to do their uniforms. They're leaving like crazy, and it's a hard staff to hire and manage.
Yeah, no, you are not wrong. There's nothing easy about it, right? But the reason for why hospitality, let me start with a little bit of my background. So I have two businesses, right? One of them is a private equity company that owns hotels. Number two is an infill development company. They're on broad ends of the spectrum because in my infill development company, I'm building homes for the median price point or lower class C areas. So, and then in the hospitality areas, they're not like luxurious hotels, but they're not like the crack hotels either.
Sure.
And it's two completely different theories, right? My infill development theory is that no matter what, I will always housing is a necessity and that I will always have a tenant because I'm at the median price point or lower for rent. And the homes that I'm building are for the single BAH or the blue collar family. Across the spectrum on the hotel areas, wait, lodging is not a necessity. COVID showed us that it's not a necessity. This is vulnerable to market cycles. But if we find the synergy in the two philosophies is that we find a hospitality asset that is in some ways a necessity because in its market, it has a large market share and it has different revenue centers like truck drivers, like tourists, corporate workers, etc. So the reason why hospitality is because of one simple thing is because the bigger the problem that you solve, the bigger pain in the asses that you deal with, the larger the reward. And while there are pains in the ass in the beginning, you can create solutions and efficient process management systems to reduce the pain, to automate the pain, to where you forgot that even exists, that we have housekeeping churn. We do have housekeeping churn. Right now, employment across the board is a nightmare. We have huge churn in our housekeeping. So what do? We pivot. We start introducing things like where we pay people by the room instead of by the hour. We incentivize people cleaning rooms faster by paying them a certain way. But why deal with it, Brian, is because it pays, man. If you look at any single hotel cap rates, right? Real estate is measured in cap rates. Hotels are a little bit different. They're usually measured by gross revenue multiplier. But if you take a cap rate on a hotel, it's nuts. The cap rates are insane, right? Because you do have to deal with those things. But when you align yourself with the trench level expert who has systems and processes to reduce those pains, it's not that bad. So that's why hotels.
There's two things that I want to bring out of that, but I've got another question first. I may table them. I'll actually table this question. My ancillary question right now first is flagship or boutique? Like, what one is more advantageous? Is it better to buy these boutique hotels that are like off in the islands, or do a little boutique hotel that doesn't have a flag? And then you create your own brand standard for the property? Or is it better and more advantageous to hitch your wagon to a flag? Like a Hilton, when we say flag, it's like Hilton, Ramada, Marriott, like all these different companies.
It depends. So, for example, it's just two different products. One of them is more of a tourism product, where the other one is could be a corporate truck driver, like all those things that I'm talking about product.
Sure.
So, here's when it's advantageous to have a flag. It's advantageous to have a flag when, for example, when you have the flag, you get number one, the name, right? People are going to be even less, even a Super 8, man, because a Super 8 has a quote unquote following. It could be the road tripping families, it could be the truck drivers that they always stay at Super 8s. You get their marketing package, you get their revenue control strategy, you get all kinds of things from being part of the flag, but you pay a price for that. You pay a monthly franchise fee. So if you're a tourism product and things like booking.com, Airbnb have now eliminated the need for a flag in a tourism product, you don't need to be paying that franchise fee. And maybe if you're at a smaller scale, you can't afford that franchise fee. So I would say the decision comes, can I pay? It's basically like any investment decision. Is investing this monthly franchise fee going to give me an exponential return? Yes or no? No. Okay. I'm going to stay independent. Yes. Okay. I'm going to go with the flag. Now, we actually did an independent hotel. It was a 100-room hotel in Ahoskie, rural North Carolina. No flag. But after executing a property improvement plan, we're going to the brands and we're saying, "Hey, how much would you give us?" And we're getting some brands coming back and telling us like, "Hey, we'll give you 300, $400,000 rebate because you already did a property improvement plan that meets our standards to make your hotel a Clarion Point or a Baymont by Wyndham." So you take a look at all those advantages and costs, and you just do a cost benefit study and you make your decision that way.